Hi guys, and welcome back to our YouTube video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Twitch etiquette, which is exactly what it sounds like. Things that are commonplace on the Twitch platform, but you may not know the means and the ways of how it works if you're new to it. So let me know if you already knew these etiquette pieces, if they're called that, or if you learned something new today. And let's get into it. So we're going to start out with a hefty one, and that is trauma dumping. So in case you guys didn't know what trauma dumping is, it is when somebody goes into somebody else's stream and immediately starts talking about how shitty their day was, bad things that's happened, and a lot of heavy, dark topics. I already have a YouTube video dedicated on trauma dumping and how to deal with it, but there's a lot of hot takes that I've gotten from people in the community. And to be honest, and I will say this, I think they're full of shit. Trauma dumping is never okay, because the streamer did not consent to listening to the other viewer's trauma. A lot of people are easily triggered by certain topics that are sensitive to them, and nobody wants to get triggered by things that were in their past on a live stream of theirs. Your stream is your safe space as the streamer, and it is on you to maintain it. It's your space. You're entitled to allow anybody and anything that they're saying in your stream, and you are equally as allowed to go and yeet them out if it's making you uncomfortable. So I think that as streamers, you are allowed to maintain your space the way you want it. And if you do not want trauma dumping, which most streamers do not want trauma dumping, that is completely a-okay, and you are in your complete right to do so. So I think people who defend trauma dumping are full of themselves. If you are somebody who's interested in watching streams on Twitch streamers are not the place to go to unload your lifetime trauma and complain about these unresolved issues. There's a lot of hotlines out there with people who are specifically trained to help you through it, and a live streamer is not the place to do it. Secondly, some etiquettes around raids. So again, if you're new to the platform, a raid is where a streamer can send their entire viewer count, like everyone in their stream, into another streamer's stream. Now you might be like, oh, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to get rid of all of your viewers? Well, streamers raid at the end of their stream. So when they are going offline, instead of just hitting offline, ending their stream, and all, I don't know, X amount of people in their stream just disappearing, you can instead choose another live streamer to go send your entire community to. So everyone kind of has a new place they can end up in. So it's kind of like, oh, if your bar was closing down, instead of just like kicking everyone out, you just immediately send them over to the bar next door, and just tell them to go there. So something like that. However, there's some etiquette around raids. First off, if you are a viewer participating in a raid, it is very rude to spoil the raid, which means going into the intended person's stream and being like, hey, a raid is coming, we have a big raid coming. That's spoiling the raid. A raid is kind of like a present that arrives, and it's spoiling it if you tell somebody beforehand, oh, I already know what's in your present, like I already know what you got for Christmas. That's kind of spoiling the fun. So spoiling a raid by going into the streamer's stream and telling the streamer that's receiving the raid that a raid is coming and who it's from is quite rude. On the flip side of the coin, if you're a streamer receiving a raid, it's common etiquette to go and thank the raider and give them a shout out. It's very generous of that one streamer, streamer A, to go and choose you to send their entire community to. They could have chosen anybody, but they chose you, and it's kind of like they chose you to give a gift to. So it's a little bit rude if somebody were to send a raid and you literally just completely ignored it and said nothing. It's one thing also if you're a new streamer and you just literally had no idea what a raid was, so you got a raid and you're like, what's this? I'm so confused, a bunch more people, okay. But if you do happen to know what a raid is and you are a recipient of a raid and you don't think it at all, that's a bit rude. There are large streamers with like 1,000 viewers or more who will thank raids that come through. So if you're a small streamer, you definitely can also do that part as well. Most streamers will have a shout out command in their stream. I already have a YouTube video on how to go and set up commands, but they will typically shout out the streamer that sent the raid over. So that's just basic Twitch etiquette. You don't have to if you don't want to. It is your stream. You can do whatever you want, but that's commonplace. 4, no self-promo. Self-promo is very rude and very disrespectful. And what it entails is going into a streamer's stream and typing, hey man, I am live at twitch.tv/catliente, or come watch my streams, or basically any sort of thing where you would direct viewers from their stream into yours. If you are new on the platform, I've heard a lot of people say, oh, but it's not that big of a deal. because I'm just trying to promote my streams, and you know, they're live, like they have people in their streams. It's another place where I can go promote my streams, but it's a very rude thing to do. It's kind of like if you were an up and coming artist and you went on YouTube and Googled up a bunch of artists in your same genre, and under every single video just pasted the link of your YouTube channel and was like, hey, come check me out here. If you were a bakery owner and you just went into all of the bakeries nearby and to every single table of people sitting there eating their bread was like, hey, come check out my bakery instead. That's just very rude and disrespectful, because it is not your community. It is not your place to promote to. It is not like a public area, like, I don't know, if you were to post on Reddit, for instance. Somebody's live stream, it's the streamer's stream. It is their space, and you're intruding on it with your self-promotion. 5, please don't beg for anything, because, again, it is a streamer's stream, and they are entitled to give out whatever they would like and do whatever they would like without the annoying input of people who are constantly begging for certain things. A streamer generally opens up their stream with a planned itinerary of things that they plan on doing, and they will stick to that. So if a streamer typically, I don't know, for instance, is a Valorant streamer, going into their stream and begging them to change the game into Roblox because you like watching Roblox is quite rude, because that's not what the streamer typically streams. The streamer is a typical Valorant streamer. If you would like to go watch a specific game, go and find a streamer that streams that game instead of begging a random streamer to change their game to a category you like watching. Another one is begging for mod or VIP. If you guys don't know, VIP and mod are special badges you can give to people in a stream. Only the streamer can give it out to people. But mod allows a viewer to have powers like banning and timing out viewers, updating the block terms list, and a bunch of other things. VIP allows viewers to skip sub only mode if that's an option, and avoid emo only mode. So it's a little bit of an extra perk, and you get a cool badge to go along with it. It's the streamer's stream, and they choose who they would like to go and give mod and VIP to. So begging for roles like that, especially mod, which offers somebody a lot of power over somebody's stream, is very rude to beg for. You need to go and earn it. So if you are somebody who is an active watcher of somebody's stream and you think you would be a good mod, I would instead ask, hey, do you have mod apps? Are you looking for any new mods soon? Instead of just straight up begging, please give me mod, please, 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 please. It is always better to ask politely. And same thing if you want VIP, a lot of times streamers will have a channel point redeem for X amount of channel points where you can redeem VIP. But otherwise you can just kind of politely ask, hey, you know, I'd love to be VIP. How would I go about earning it if you have any methods? Or do you offer a viewer to earn VIP? If so, I would love to get it. How would I go about doing that? It is definitely way better if you are polite with asking, if you're ever curious as to how you can get something, rather than just straight up begging. Another one is just begging for the streamer to go check their DMs on stream because you sent them a message. If you really wanted the streamer to read your message, you can just send it in chat itself. But if for some reason you don't feel comfortable sending it in chat, in that case I might have to ask why you're sending it to the streamer in the first place. Don't beg them to check it on stream. Again, like I said, most streamers have a planned itinerary for what they want to do on their stream, and a lot of times it's quite frustrating to constantly check DMs because people keep sending you messages in DMs. Because also it kind of feels unfair to other people, as if you're treating this one viewer better than other viewers by giving them more attention by responding to their DM in live time. Another one onto that is just asking to access the streamer's DMs, like, oh hey, let me DM you, can I DM you? It kind of puts streamers in an awkward position when you ask questions that are somewhat intimate like that, like getting into somebody's DMs. Again, if you are curious about sending somebody a message, if you're curious if a streamer's DMs are open, or if you do have like a business proposal or something and it really cannot be sent in Twitch chat, but it's a respectful message, I would just ask the streamer in their chat, hey, I have something that, like a business proposal or something that I would like to go and talk with you about. Are your DMs open? Or what are the best ways I can contact you? A lot of times streamers, even if their DMs are closed, like mine are closed, they'll have some other ways for you to go and contact them. Another thing too, please read the streamer's rules if they have any. Typically, the rules will be found in two places, either in the panels, which you just scroll down a little bit in the video, or right before you send your message in the streamers stream, if they have rules enabled, there'll be a little message that pops up that says, hey, here are the streamer's rules. Please read them and abide by them. Every streamer has different rules because streamers are different people. Not every streamer is the same. So some streamers might have different rules. Although typically these etiquette things I'm talking about applies across the board. But some streamers might have extra rules. Like for instance, they might say, oh, don't talk about these topics or try to avoid this instead. Just abide by the streamer's rules and just be as respectful as possible. Kind of look at it as, oh, entering somebody's stream is like entering somebody's house, and everybody's home has different rules. Some people ask you to leave your slippers at the front door and other people don't care. But at the end of the day, just be respectful to what the homeowner or the streamer wants. Or same thing like restaurants, probably a more general example, but some restaurants are formal attire and other ones are who gives a fuck. So again, if a restaurant does have formal attire, just please be respectful and abide by it. And very lastly, but this should be pretty self-explanatory, and it is spamming. In general, most streamers, almost all, do not like spamming because it completely floods their chat. It makes it very difficult for them to keep up with messages from other people, especially if you're spamming in all caps. There is nothing that you have to send that is so important you need to completely flood their chat with spam to send it. There is obviously some slight exceptions, like if you have an inside joke with the streamer of some sort or whatever. The biggest thing is, again, making sure that it's exceptionally clear with the streamer that, oh, they're okay with it before you engage in this behavior. So yeah, I'm sorry, this might have came as like a little bit of a negative video because there was a lot of don't do this, don't do that. But there's a lot of etiquette things in streaming that I find that a lot of people who are new to Twitch don't realize, simply because they just aren't sure about the Twitch space and the Twitch world. So hopefully this video helped you out, and if you thought this video was helpful, I'd appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. Also, I do have a Ko-fi where I offer free resources for streamers, and an Etsy in which I have emotes and overlays that I sell. I also stream on Twitch 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at 7 p.m. PST. So I hope to catch you guys there or in another video. Peace!